based off my hoodie, I'm sure you could tell, this video is going to be X-Men related because, the new episodes for X-Men 97 just dropped. So I'm basically going to talk about, my opinions and if I like the show or not. Starting off, I definitely love the show. It's peak. I mean, like, the fact that we're finally getting X-Men in the MCU is already enough. But, like, what they did here, you could tell, like, the people behind this show really love the X-Men, and they look in the source material, I wouldn't say this show is going off of because I heard that this show is supposed to be a continuation from the original classic X-Men show, but it really isn't. It's kind of like they're taking bits and pieces from it and, like, making it their own in a way. But it's nothing, so far it's nothing new. Like, what we've seen in the 2 episodes is nothing, like, different that they changed. It's kind of like they're just switching it up, but not really. It's kind of like the same thing. You'll know what I mean when you actually watch it, or if you've already seen it, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I like to think of it as X-Men's greatest hits, like, but I don't know. But first, I'm gonna basically break this video down by doing my positives and my negatives. Starting off with my positives. So my top 3 favorite characters so far are Storm, Morph, and Cyclops. Going into Storm, I just want to say the way they've done her character so far is just amazing. Like, you could feel that she's really a goddess in this. Like, when she uses her powers, like, it's really cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even her voice, like she's Storm. Like, she's really Storm in this. And I just hope that when she's introduced in live action, they embody this role, But yeah, I'm really hyped for this character moving forward. But I will say, after episode 2, it's kind of questionable about Storm's, what her role is going to be like moving forward in this show. But I'm really hyped nonetheless. Second, like I said, Morph. I really love the creativity with this character because, like, I'm a huge shapeshifter fan. I love Mystique, so seeing him, I'm really hyped that they put Morph on the team. I think the biggest thing is that I love the cameos. Like, he turned into Psylocke, Colossus, like in the, when he was fighting or whatever. The fact that he was able to bounce back, back and forth from different characters using their abilities, it was just really cool to me. And I can't wait to see what more cameos we get for him. But yeah, I really like Morph. I also like his personality, like what he brings to the table. He has this, like, comedic personality, so I'm really enjoying that so far. Third is Cyclops. I'm not even a huge Cyclops fan, but seeing him in this show, he really shines. You really, not only do you see the potential with his powers, but his leadership, like, it's actually, like, accurate. Like, in the comics, he's the leader of the X-Men, and they really actually use that here. Because, in the live action movies, they never really focused on that. To me, he was pretty much just used for Jean Grey's character development, which is kind of sad, but I mean, that was the truth. But I'm really enjoying what they're doing with him in this show. I really am. I remember this one scene in particular where, like, it was the X-Men jet. It got blown up, and all the people that could fly were, like, saving everybody. And then he saved himself because he just pretty much lasered. He used his powers to basically laser himself to safety. I thought that was really cool. Very creative. But yeah. Next, I want to say that, my favorite X-Men are Gambit and Rogue, but I just haven't seen enough from them in this show yet to sit up here and, put them in my top 3. But, those are my actual, favorite X-Men characters. But next, I want to talk about, like I already said, the action in this is great for pretty much every character. They definitely nail it. You could definitely see, like I said, that they are really, they know their stuff. Like, they know what they're doing here. You could definitely see that for sure. The animation's also pretty good. At first, I was a little hesitant about it. you know, but I like it. I really like it. Cause honestly, I wasn't on board with the Invincible animation at first, but after watching like a couple episodes and I got used to it, cause that's all it really is. Like I feel like after a while you start to get used to like animations and shows, even when you don't like it at first, you know, and this show is definitely like that. But I think it fits. I think it fits with like the time period and today, you know, and the present. So I like it. I like it. Another thing is I'm really liking the chemistry between certain characters in this show, particularly Jubilee and Sunspot. I'm definitely liking that, and I hope to see more of that moving forward. Storm and Jean is also another one. You know, two female, very powerful female characters. Basically, they call each other sisters oftentimes in the show, so that's really cool. Yeah, an interesting one also is Magneto and Rogue, but I don't want to get too much into that one. But let's just say there's some drama there, you know, and then, you know, you have Gambit also watching from the sidelines, so I don't know. But yeah, that's one of the other positives I like from this show. But let's get into the negatives. So starting off, the pacing. The pacing is iffy because like when you're watching it, it's like so much has happened like within like 20 minutes. It's just like, damn, like I couldn't even get up to go check something without 5 different things happening within a certain amount of time. Like you really just have to like be glued in, like, cause it's just very fast paced. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's like this show is trying to, like I said, do like an X-Men greatest hits type of thing. But it kind of works, you know, it's iffy. But that's one slightly negative thing I will say about this show. Another thing is Jean Grey and Magneto's powers are different because, for one thing, so Jean Grey's powers in this show are like blue instead of pink. In the comics, they're pink. And then Magneto's powers are yellow when they're supposed to be blue. It just kind of bothers me. It's not a horrible thing. It doesn't like, their powers like aren't physically different. It's just, you know, color wise they are. And it just, I don't know why they did that. It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I don't know. And then also the writing. The writing's iffy here because of the simple fact that like, you don't really know what, it's like they're like trying to like switch it up, but it's weird because it's like they're going from like the 90s to like the present, and it's just, I don't know. But it's not horrible, it's just kind of like its own thing. Like, it's like non-existent. Like, it's literally its own thing. But I like it, you know. I don't know why I put it as a negative, because it's slightly negative, but it kind of fits. It kind of fits here. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much be it for my review of the 2 episodes. I didn't want to get too much into depth with it. I will say they have some good cliffhangers. Like they just teased the Goblin Queen at the end of episode 2. So I'm definitely hyped for this moving forward, and I just can't wait to see more episodes. But yeah, if you like this video, definitely like it. Subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you in the next video.